Hello and welcome everybody back to our final part of day one in our Pathologic 2 Let's Platinum. Now if you've been following along, then you should have by now unlocked the Carpetbagger Trophy, the Fate No More Trophy, the On The Run Trophy, and the trophy for starting day one. You should have also collected 2 dreams, which is a Fate No More dream and the Rat Prophet dream, and also dispersed 2 reflections, one at the beginning of the game and one before speaking to Grief. Now we've pretty much done everything we need to do for day one, and we've got plenty of time before 8 o'clock hits. First of all, there's another missable trophy we can get, which is located in the cathedral. There's a bit of trading we can do, and there's also a pantomime we need to see. So first of all, we head over to the cathedral, which is in Bridge Square. It's not too far away from Lara's shelter. Now this trophy you can get at any time, you don't have to get it on day one, but seeing as though we've got a lot of spare time on our hands, then we may as well get it now. But on our way, if we talk to some of the kids here, they're going to give us some more information about what's been going on. They're going to give us some more points of interest, which we'll be checking out later on. And we're going to be trading a few items with them. Now when it comes to the kids, there are these guys here, which obviously they look younger than the other kids. Now I think as far as the tag trophy goes, then it's these guys we have to trade with. The other guys, the older kids, are teenagers. I'm not too sure if they count towards the tag trophy, but these guys are worth trading with nonetheless, because they do have some decent items for us. And again, just talk to every single child that you see. They will give you more information about what's going on. They'll give you new quest markers, especially when it comes to trophies in the following days. Now I'll talk a little bit about trading and how that works. Basically, you don't have to trade. So if one of the kids hasn't got an item that you want, you can just give the kid an item, and that is seen as a generous and good thing to do. These little girls in the white aprons here are really good to trade with. You'll be able to get a lot of medicine from them. As you can see here, there's a fingernail and a morphine tablet which we can take off it. Now she's going to want items which are worth those items back. So the trade was worth 7 on her side, so we need to trade 7 on our side. So different kids will want different things. Some kids like sharp things like scissors and bits of metal scrap, such as springs, mechanical scrap, things like that. Marbles, bugs, chalk, and nuts and things like that are also useful. So each child will set their own price. The more you trade, the better things that the kids will give you. It will also heighten our reputation within a certain district. So it's always worth speaking to and trading with the kids. So there should be 3 trades towards our 27 trades. So again, I'm just going to make my way down to the cathedral, checking out all the skips, seeing if there's anything decent. Now, if you come across this guy here, some people will not trade with you because your reputation is too low. Now, at this point, we are hated due to the rumours which are being spread about us. So this guy won't trade with us, but he will speak to us. So we're going to speak to him anyway. And you'll find that with a lot of the adults, this will be the case. So if you've got any spare fingernails, you can use it to fast travel to the cathedral area. But I like to walk there to check out the bins because we are on the lookout for some metal scrap. Hopefully we can get some of that soon. We're going to need some metal scrap for day 3. Now it can be traded, but you can also loot it in these bins. So we're on the lookout for that. I'm going to speak to this young lady again, and she's got some immunity boosters and a fingernail. And as you can see, we've got some chalk, which is worth 9. So if we trade a 2 chalk for some immunity boosters, then that's a decent trade, and that's another child on our tag list. So this is the cathedral. You might remember this place from the tutorial part at the beginning of the game. If we head on in here and we head up the stairs, you're going to find a massive hourglass which is hanging from the ceiling. And basically all we have to do is save our game there, and then that will unlock us the Clockwork Trophy. Now, as I said, this trophy can be obtained any of the days up to day 11. We will be coming here later on as part of the story as well. From like day 7 or 8. So if you wanted to leave the trophy until then it's entirely up to you. Seeing as though we got a lot of time on our hands, I wanted to get this out of the way now. As soon as you save your game here, just hang around for a little bit until the trophy pops. This has happened to me on every single playthrough, but you should get it after about a minute or so. There we go. Clockwork Trophy has been popped. So that's another missable trophy off the list. Nice and easy one. So this icon here is Fat Vlad's house. He won't be available until about 8 PM. So for now, we've still got a bit more time to kill. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run round. I'm going to carry on searching the bins. I'm going to carry on doing a bit of trading. Speak to this prompter. He's going to give us a empty water bottle, which is always nice. And we're also going to be checking out a few of the other locations that are marked on our map. See what this little guy has to offer. He's offering us a fingernail or an egg. Now, an egg is pretty good for food, but we'll take the fingernail off him for now. And we want to keep hold of these scrap names because at midnight we can trade with the Traveller, the guy who we met on the train during the intro part of the game. He takes things like used bandages, broken morphine, or broken ampoules I think they're called. He'll take organs, blood, and basically anything that's been used he'll take in return for some awesome items such as food, weapons, bullets. So it's definitely worth picking those up and keeping them. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and check out this little spiral here. Now, this popped up once we had drank that Twirene. Now, once you drink the Twirene, it will show up some random markers on the map, little places of interest to check out. So if we head on over to the theatre, and you're going to find this little blue chest hiding between these rocks here. Now this time we've got ourselves some revolver ammo, some more fingernails, a button, and a wrinkled note. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We will check out this note. And is what we need to do. We don't really need this note, but if we select it and we choose touch, then we'll be able to read it. And it says 2 fluffy tails for a teapot needed soon. The tails are good as new. TL every noon. Now that gives us a sort of location. So once we've read it, we can just drop it because we don't need it anymore. But we do need that empty glass bottle, so we'll take that. And I think is what we're going to do. We're going to head to Fat Vlad's place because time is getting on a bit. It's like 7:30. And as you can see now in the top right, we've got a bunch of green arrows, so our reputation is fine. We'll no longer be hunted by the guards, so we pretty much have free reign to go wherever we want to go. So this guy is just going to say that Fat Vlad is wanting to speak to us, so that's going to be our next destination. And we can also sleep at Fat Vlad's place. We can also save there, and there's a cupboard I think, which we can loot. So here we are. Once we enter inside, there's going to be a cupboard to the right, which if we loot that, we're going to get some coins. And then we're going to want to go ahead and speak to Fat Vlad, who's this bald guy at the back of the room over here. Now Vlad is a very influential guy throughout this town, because he was good friends with Isidore, which is Artemis' father. Then he's basically said he's going to look out for us, he's going to look after us, which is why our reputation increased so much. So when you speak to him, it doesn't matter what options you choose. We just need to speak to him a couple of times. But again, I'm going to choose the non-diamond options for a bit more story.
Who knocks on your door at night? Who screams down your chimney? A white. No, just the wind.
And once we've spoken to him, he's going to lead us on to our next location, which is the Broken Heart pub. Now we may as well head on over there and make that our next location to visit. But before we head to the Broken Heart pub, we're going to want to check out this place here. Now day one, the food prices are pretty cheap. As the days go on, they do become a lot more expensive. So it's best we stock up on food while we can, while it's cheap. So we haven't got much room in our inventory. The meat at the top, it takes 4 squares. So if we buy a fish, which we already have, and we're going to buy some toast, which we've already got, then that should do us. So this place, no matter your reputation, you can buy food, medicine, and stuff like that from here. So it's a nice little shop that you can visit, but again, the prices go up a lot as the days go on. So our next location is going to be the Broken Heart pub, and we're going to meet 2 new characters in here. They are important to the story, but they're not detrimental. But this guy here, he's going to give us some Twirine, which we're going to drink in a second, and get some more locations popping up on our map to go and visit. Now, Peter Stamartin is the architect who has built a huge tower known as the Polyhedron, which we will get to visit later on, and we'll speak to his brother in a minute. But it doesn't matter what you say to these guys, because they're not tied to any trophies or anything like that. So if we pick up this Twirine here, we'll drink it in a second and get some more markers to check out on the map. And this is Peter's brother, Andre. Again, it doesn't matter what you say to this guy. And if you speak to the fella behind the bar, he is going to sell things like nuts, raisins, for pretty cheap. We're going to take some of them off his hands because they become useful for trading with the kids.
Feeling at grief now. Wasn't long ago he was on.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to drink the Twirine and we're going to get a few new markers on the map. Now this marker up here, it's not really worth going to. Probably will end up checking it out just for the sake of this walkthrough. But we're basically going to be led to a place where we can get herbs. Now herbs will need to be picked as we progress through the game to make tinctures, which we will need to make a cure for the plague. I'll get into that a lot more as and when we get to that part. But for now, we're going to go and check out this other place here, this circle on the map. And if we head through this bush here, we'll get to see a cutscene. So we can speak to these guys here. They will give us some more insight about what just happened. As you can see, our hunger bar is pretty full. We don't want to get that maxed out because it will start affecting our health. So I am going to eat some food, and the best thing to do when you're eating food is to be near a water fountain, simply because you become thirsty if you eat dry food, and rather than use one of our water bottles, we can simply just take a drink from the water fountain. I think we'll take a needle off this guy. Needles are used for lock picking later on. You'll come across a lot of locked cupboards, a lot of locked drawers, things like that. Always useful to carry round. Finally, we find ourselves some mechanical scrap. Now this stuff will be used to repair things a bit later on, but we do need it for a trophy. As I said before, on day 3, we're going to need to fix something which will give us a trophy. So I'm glad we found that. And so finally, once the day is over, we get a message. Now the message says, some opportunities have been irreversibly missed, but sleep is not the only option. Certain events will unfold at night. A new pantomime is being rehearsed at the theatre. Death toll over the past 24 hours is 7 people, and gone missing is 3 people. Now the death toll and the missing people toll will go up at the end of every day. We'll also get a trophy for surviving. Days 1 to 10 will get a trophy every single day. And also, once the days go on, new people will become infected or die. But we won't get to that until like day 3 when the plague hits. So once you get this message, the day is over and it's time to go and check out the pantomime, which will always be in the theatre here. So if we go inside the doors and we head forward, then the theatre play is going to begin.
Please welcome the actor, Artemi Burach. Let us examine him. The will is present. Emotions? Sure, there are emotions. Intellect? Well, no one expected a miracle. Not from this specimen. He's no true human, but a larva. Just like all the larvae we've seen here lately. Pardon me, I shouldn't have been so rude. You are, after all, the star of the show.
How should I act then?
Here's some advice. Actually, the only advice that matters. Try not to die. Ever. Do you understand? Like, never ever, at all, or it'll turn bad. Not just for you, but for all of us.
And why is that?
It would wound the world, irreversibly. And the world, it's not in the best shape as it is. So I'd kindly ask you to do your very best. Work hard, take care of yourself.
Where are the other two? The bachelor and the girl?
They're waiting for you to exit the scene. They want to learn about their fates as well.
You know the future? What's mine then?
Oh, I can't help but pity you. Look, there will be a happy ending. You'll even believe that you won. No guilty conscience either. So relax, man of fate. Next.
What do you mean?
Next.
So you can chat to Mark Immortel. You don't have to chat to him, but it gives you a bit of inside information about what's going on. And then we're going to head out and we're going to have a new marker to check out on the map. Now this new marker is known as the Dead Item Shop. So everything I was on about before, all your scrap names, bloody bandages, broken ampoules, things like that, this is where they become really, really useful. So if we head on over there and we speak to the Traveller, then he's going to offer some pretty decent items. They're not the best this time, but they do get better, so it's definitely worth trading with him every single day or every single night. Get rid of some of our broken items or dead items. We'll definitely be taking the fish, and we're going to take the ring off him as well. Now the ring is a nice item to trade with the kids, as it's worth quite a lot, so we can trade quite a bit for that ring. And you'll notice a guy down here who is dead. And we are allowed to loot this guy and also carry out an autopsy. And he's going to carry a couple of bloody bandages, a lockpick, and some other useful items. So we'll take all that. And what we'll do is we'll operate on this guy. Now we can harvest some organs from him. We can either sell these or trade them with the Dead Item Shop. Or later on we can use them for tinctures. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to carry everything. So I'll just pick up what I can. We're going to take this kidney, and that's pretty much all we can carry at the moment. But we will get opportunities to carry out autopsies later on, as it becomes pretty much part of day-to-day life. So that's all for day one. The only thing left to do now is to go and sleep and carry on into day two. As always, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then please drop it a like. Subscribe for more trophy hunting content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.